Jorge Lorenzo cruised to his maiden Ducati victory in a dramatic MotoGP Italian Grand Prix, as Marc Marquez finished a lowly 16th after an early fall. Just as he has done for the past two races, Lorenzo leapt off the line to take the whole shot into the first corner ahead of poleman Valentino Rossi, while Marquez slotted into third after an aggressive move on Danilo Petrucci at Luco. Marquez passed Rossi for second at the start of the third lap, while Andrea Dovizioso eased his way onto the back of the podium battle from 7th on the grid in 5th. Lorenzo held firm in the lead, and the pressure from Marquez was relented somewhat on lap 5 when the Honda rider crashed at the Scarperia. Marquez was able to rejoin, but was 24 seconds down on the lead in 18th. Meanwhile at the front, Dovizioso cruised past Rossi into Savelli and began the chase on his Ducati teammate. Lorenzo reacted to the threat of Dovizioso, however, and began to build up an advantage which ended up at 6.4 seconds as he crossed Line for his first win since Valencia 2016. With Marquez's demise, and unable to claw back any advantage on his teammate, Dovizioso settled into second to the flag to close his championship deficit down to 29 points. After fading in the middle of the race, Rossi regrouped in the closing stages to repel Andrea Iannone and put Dovizioso under some pressure over the final lap to complete the podium at his home race, and become the first rider in Grand Prix history to surpass the 5,000-point mark. Rossi's home podium promoted him to second in the standings, now 23 points adrift of Marquez, who ended up a distant 16th, and a point ahead of Yamaha stablemate Maverick Vinales, who was 8th after a poor start from 3rd on the grid. Iannone got to the checkered flag in 4th, though just 0.022s ahead of Suzuki teammate Alex Rins, while Cal Crutchlow was top independent rider across the line in 6th on his LCR Honda. Petrucci was set to give Ducati its first ever podium lockout in MotoGP, but dropped to 7th in the latter laps, while fellow Desmos Adichie rider Alvaro Bautista shadowed Vinales home in 9th. Johann Zarco completed the top 10 on his Tech 3 Yamaha ahead of KTM's Pol Espargaro, while the sister Tech 3 M1 of Hifisi Iron and of Vincia's Tito Rabat split the RC16 mounted duo, with Smith 14th. Franco Morbidelli took the final point in his home race aboard his Mark VDS Honda. The attrition rate in the early stages was high, with Honda stablemates Dani Pedrosa and Takake Nakagami, LCR, going down at Luco on lap 1. Carol Abraham, Scott Redding, Jack Miller and Alex Espargaro also failed to make it to the finish at Mugello.